Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys today? I am very excited to bring you another video. We will be using the Let's Set Sale. It's a bundle in the new January to June mini catalog, and it comes with a punch and a stamp set. So we're going to be using those today to create this card right here. Let's go ahead and get started. We're also going to be using this punch to do this really cute banner end. Let's go ahead and start with that. I have a piece of cardstock here. It's called Crumb Cake. And it is 1 inch by 2 1/8. In this punch, you can stick 1/2 inch, 3/4, or 1 inch pieces into these channels to punch them in these various shapes. So we're going to do that today. We're going to go ahead and open it up, and then I'm going to stamp it. I'm going to slide it into the banner end piece in the 1 inch channel and slide it all the way back. And hopefully I will get it in there good. It is kind of a short piece. It is a little bit better if you work with a longer piece, but I'm going to show you a quick fix for that. You can take your little piece here, and I like to keep these little scraps, strips when I cut layers of my cardstock. And so I have a little piece here of adhesive that's a little bit sticky. And so I'm going to use that as my handle. And so as I push this into the punch, whoops, I guess it's not quite as sticky as I thought. Let's add a little bit more. So we're just going to put a little bit of wet adhesive on there. I'm going to hold it in place. And since it's at the back, no one's going to ever see that it was there. So it's okay that it gets stuck to the back of your piece, but it's going to be like a handle. So we're going to slide this into the punch. And then as we push it in there, we're going to use that handle to navigate it to the very back. You can see it there in the punch. And we're going to go ahead and give that a punch. There's a little piece that popped out. And then when we pull it out, we have that cute little banner end. So this is called the Banners Pick-a-Punch, and it's available in my online store. And you can see this little piece that it cuts out is perfect to make this really cute banner end. Let's go ahead and take this piece off of the back here, and then we're going to go ahead and stamp our words, which say Adventure Awaits. We're going to be using our Crumb Cake ink pad, and this is Crumb Cake paper. I'm gonna come, oops, I'm gonna come right over the top like so and stamp that right there. All right, we're also gonna use Crumb Cake to stamp the 2 sails. So while I have the Crumb Cake ink pad out, I'm gonna put this to the side. I'm gonna grab my 2 scrap pieces. So these are 2 scraps of Crumb Cake paper that I have, and I'm gonna stamp the small sail, which, looking at your punch, you can kind of see the way that you have to stick your piece in, so it shows you the direction. See, like this is how we should stamp this one. So we'll go ahead and stamp that down. And then the other one is the opposite direction. So we're going to stamp this one this way. And these pieces are a little bit bigger, so I don't have to put anything on them to hold on to them. So there's that one. That's it for Crumb Cake. I like to use my chamois to clean my stamps, so I'm just going to do that quickly so that you guys can see. I don't know if you own a chamois, but they're awesome. And you just put some water in here and it helps clean your stamps. All right, so the next thing we're going to stamp is with Just Jade. And we are going to stamp it on a piece of Just Jade cardstock. Again, it's a scrap, and we're going to do this post that the 2 sails are going to sit on. So I'm going to ink that up in Just Jade. And this one's going to get slid in from this side, so we can put our stamp this direction. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp that down onto my piece. We're going to close Just Jade just temporarily. We will be using it in a few minutes, but for right now. We're gonna go ahead and close it, and I'm gonna clean this stamp so I don't stick my hand in it by accident. There we go. All right, let's go on to the next step. We're gonna go ahead and punch these pieces out. So we're gonna slide them like this. That coughing is my Yorkie. She's kind of old, she's 13, and she has a heart problem. So sometimes she does some coughing. We have her on medicine for it, but it doesn't prevent her coughing. So I apologize. Usually she's asleep in here when I am doing my videos or stamping, but she's awake for right now. So don't mind her and her little noises that she makes. Okay, so I'm gonna cut away that extra piece and put that to use it for another project. Let's go ahead and insert our sails. So we're gonna line this one up. Looks awesome. There's that one. And let's slide this one in. So see, by stamping them in the direction that they go into the punch, it makes it a lot easier to insert your piece of cardstock. And like you see, as you can see, when you have a longer piece that's a scrap, it makes it a lot easier to hold onto. But if you can use smaller pieces, you just have to attach a little post onto them like I did with this little banner end piece to put it into that punch. All right, so let's go ahead and move these scraps out of the way. This is gonna make our little boat super cute. Move that to the side. We're done with our punching. Let's go ahead and start stamping our water. So we have this die set, and it's called a diorama, layering diorama dies. So this is one of the pieces right here from the die. Let me see if I can find which one I used. Here we go. So it's this fourth one in, and I just cut it out of a piece of basic white cardstock. I have also cut the fourth one and the fifth one in together, and by doing that, I have this little overlay piece. So when I cut the smaller one and the larger one together, they form this ring. And that's how I got this piece to go around. So now we're gonna make our water. So let's go ahead and move this to the side. To make the water, I'm gonna grab a scrap piece of paper here. I'm gonna put this on there. And we're gonna use this long stamp here. And it's made to use like water. We're gonna use Balmy Blue. And so I'm gonna bring the stamp pad to the stamp instead of the other way around, so I can make sure that it's nicely inked. And then we're gonna stamp this in stages across. So we're gonna start there. We'll do the next piece. And I just try and overlap as I go the edges. Slide it down. And here's our next one. You can see we're working our way across that piece and making our water. Slide it down again. And we're almost done. 2 more times. So you can take this long skinny piece and make a wide body of water. One more, just to fill in that last piece there. And I'll bring it down again. And there's our final piece. Okay. So now that I have used the Balmy Blue for that layer, I'm gonna sponge over the top of it with that Just Jade that's in the boat. And by using my blending brush and the Just Jade piece, I'm going to get some water that is this color, and it kind of blends in better to the edges there of the Just Jade. So I'm going to go ahead and open my Just Jade, And I'm gonna grab some Just Jade ink in a circular motion. And I always start off my piece and get that dark blotch away first. And then I'm just gonna lightly go over the top in a circular motion. And you can see as I deposit that Just Jade ink over the top of that balmy blue, it starts turning it kind of a blue-green, which is the color that I wanted it to be. So by combining two of our colors, you can get a different color. So I think that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? I like it. We're gonna do one more stamp, and we're gonna stamp it in this Just Jade. I think last time I did the balmy blue, and you can't see it as well, but I'm gonna make room here and I'm gonna stamp that, and it's kind of going to be the reflection of the boat on the water. Oops, sorry about that. So we'll bring that in there. I'm gonna set my scrap to the side, and we don't need the blending brush anymore. And I'm gonna clean my final stamp here. That's it for stamping today. All right, we're done with our ink pads. So let's talk about our base of our cardstock. So the base of our cardstock is Just Jade, and I cut a piece down the short side, the 8.5 side, down at 4 1/4, all the way down the 11-inch length of paper. And I have scored it at the 5.5-inch mark. So I'm gonna join these points together and then use my bone folder to get that nice and scored. You can see I have a wood background, and this is from our In Good Taste paper pack. There's lots of beautiful papers in it, and I'm going to be using this one right here, this pretty wood grain. So we're going to grab our Stampin' Seal, and you can see the back is a totally different paper, right? Which would also look pretty on this card. I'm just going to go around the outside edges. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put my boards right on here as best I can. I always try and center it as best I can, but you know, life's not perfect and neither am I. So there is that. Now we're going to wrap this twine around our card so it goes to the inside like so. So we're gonna wrap that around. So we're gonna do that next. And so I have a nice length here of twine. It's about 23 inches long. And so what I'm gonna do is just open up my card and hold it where it dangles off to the side here. And I'm just gonna wrap it 2 times and bring it. Now it's not quite even, so we will just loosen it up till we get these 2 edges even. And then I'm gonna hold them, and we're gonna slide this this twine some more so that those 2 pieces are in the middle of my card. It's just how I do to get it. You might have a different method, but basically wrap it around twice. I'm gonna make a knot here so that it makes it a lot easier to tie this bow. So I'm gonna take my finger there, make a loop, put my twine through, and very carefully pull it taut. So there's my knot, and there's my piece. So now I'm gonna tie a cute bow, and we'll push those through, or I'll try to. It's always on camera that you can't tie a bow, right? All right, let's try that one more time. I couldn't grab it through that center piece. I'll try and move my fingers out of the way this time. All right, so this time I'm gonna hold on to it there. There we go. All right, so I have 2 short pieces here. I'm gonna pull on one. Let's get the other one. Pull on that one, and then pull on this one. And when I have those loops pretty small, I'm gonna pull that tight, and then I just kind of hold that center knot when I am pulling on my piece here. And just like that. All right, I'm very happy with my bow. It's very cute and dainty. Okay, and I can move it up and down my card as I wish. Let's go ahead and attach our little words right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the same adhesive that I used for the designer series paper, and we're gonna put that on the back. This is going to be attached about right here. And I attach it right to the edge of the designer paper so that the green still pokes out. So there is our sentiment. Now we're going to attach our little ring here, and we're going to attach it first to this piece that we have sponged. So I already have my little pieces. So I cut these little rectangular pieces from the edges, I'll show you, of my mini dimensional section. So we'll pull those off the back. One more, I think. Let's get this one, and then, whoops, I didn't mean to fling it. Let's get rid of those. And now we're going to attach this layer. Whoops, I missed one more. Now they're all off. We're going to attach this layer onto our sponged piece, and we'll do the best we can to line it up, right? We can only do our best. I'm gonna hold it up so I can see what I'm doing and really get those pieces to the edges. If you have a little piece of foam sticking out, just kind of take your pick tool to kind of hide it. But there we go. So there's our miniature lake. Now we're going to attach our little boat in the middle. So for the boat, I'm also going to cut some strips off of my mini dimensional pieces here. So we'll use those 3. I cut 3 of them. We'll start with this one. We're going to put one here, one on the top here. We'll put one on this side. I guess I needed 4, huh? And I might put one more for stability here. So 5 little small strips. But these edges, when you're done with all your mini dimensionals, or even if you're not done, because on this I'm not finished, but those edges work really, really well. So let's go ahead and pull the backs off of those. I do have to admit that the Take Your Pick tool doesn't like these small skinny strips as well as it does the full-size dimensionals, but it does work, and it does help you from keeping everything dirty. So this little reflection, I'm going to kind of put my boat there so that it is reflected like that. And now for the sails, we're going to use the mini dimensionals. So we'll put 3 on this one, 1 in each of the corners. And then this one, we'll get 1 in that corner, 1 up here, and then I'm going to put 1 maybe right here. So let's get the backs off of those. And then we will attach our sails. There's one. Here's the second one. And now I'm going to use wet adhesive to attach this onto my card. That's going to go right there. And I'm using the wet because I don't want to push down on those foam pieces that went around. So I'm just doing a little fill of this piece, and then I'm going to do 1 line all the way around. Make sure that it sticks. This multi-purpose glue is really good for applications like this, and it's super strong. So I use it very much on many of my projects. So I'm going to go ahead and center that in this portion of my card. Press that into place. And I think that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? can make my bow just tiny bit smaller. I really love the twine when it's a tiny little bow. There we go. So the last step, excuse me, is to add the faceted gems, and they come in 3 colors. This is a pinkish brown color, which you can see I really love using those because I'm almost done with them. There's a pearl and then a clear. And so we're going to use the those, and we're going to use the Take Your Pick tool. This time we'll use this side, which is the putty end, and we're going to pull off these little gems. We'll put one there, a large one up here, and then another small one next to it. That looks pretty good to me. Just adding that little touch, I think, changes the card so much, and it's super simple to do. We have a variety of embellishments in my online store that you can check out to put on your different cards. And I'm really grateful that you watched. I hope that you enjoyed watching me make this card with the Let's Set Sale bundle. The stamp set and the punch are sold together in a bundle, and you save 10% when you do buy it in a bundle. Or you can purchase them separately, one at a time if you want. That is also okay. This twine came out of a 3-pack. It is called Fan Baker's Twine, and you get blue and this red and white and the green, which I think are perfect for this little set. It works super well for it. I don't know if I gave you my dimensions. I know I did of the Just Jade, which was 4 1/4 by 11, but this In Good Taste DSP is 4 by 5 1/4. For the diorama, I just used a piece that was large enough in the basic white, and I think it was about 3 by 4 1/4 inches. And then when I cut the one on the inside, I also used Just Jade in the 3 and 4 1/4 inches, only I placed the 2 dies together to get the ring. And then this crumb cake piece is 1 by 2 1/8. So I hope that those are good. And the twine, I think I said, but it's 23 inches. So hopefully those are the dimensions that you need. Thank you for staying till the end. I hope that you enjoyed my project. I enjoyed making it for you, and I will talk with you later. Thanks for watching me. Check out my blog at Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Give me a like. Comment if you have anything to ask or anything that you would like for me to film for you. I'd appreciate that. Share my videos. It helps me keep my channel alive, and subscribe so that you get notifications of when I post new videos. I should have about 5 videos in this series, and I have plenty of videos on YouTube, so over 100 ideas for you. I do blog every day at Inky Hands Warm Hearts, where you can find more detailed descriptions and pictures of my projects. Thanks again for watching. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!